Hello. Hello, 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 and welcome to another ASMR video. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back. Or if you're new here, welcome. I have quite a surprise for you guys today. I am going to be showing you all the crystals I recently bought at the wholesale crystal store near me, 20 minutes away in Canton. And I have some information prepared to share with you about each of the crystals. So it's going to be both a crystal haul video and kind of an info dumping type, just me explaining as much of it as I possibly can to you, a bunch of spiritual stuff. I don't claim to be an expert. I'm but a mere beginner, if anything. I'm a doubter, if anything, but I do love learning about it, and it's very fun to collect information about. So whether or not I believe what I'm saying remains to be seen, but I do love talking about it. So without further ado, I'm going to get started with the first crystal I decided to buy. Well, this isn't the order I decided to buy them, but I put them in order of coolness. So the first crystal I wanted to show you, this one was only $3, so I figured I'd show you first. Here you get a good look-see. So this one is called the Shiva Lingam. I don't know exactly how to say it. And it's in the quartz family. And it represents, the first part of the word is for Lord Shiva, who is, actually I forget what he's the Indian god of, but this represents his phallus in some form, or their phallus, I should say, because they're non-gendered. And the second part represents the Brahmanda, or cosmic egg, symbolizing the creation of both masculine and feminine energies. And it's used for fertility, sexual problems, and it gives you kind of a clarity of vision. I mean, look at that, those look like eyes, don't they? So this is involved with your first and second and third chakras. These are all your grounding, your first three chakras. A lot of them are grouped by like the bottom three or the top three, but sometimes they're kind of all over the place. So I'll be talking a lot about the chakras, and I think I'll explain the chakras to you at one point. Maybe I should start with my chakra chart. Well, I already started with this, but maybe before I go on to any other crystals, I should explain to you my chakra chart. So this is my old journal, and this page has some regular journaling. It's got a poem I could read to you, and my Pokemon I could tell you about, but what I'm really interested in is this chart on the other page that has all this information about the chakras. So in order from 1st to 7th, they go root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. Those are the English names. Pardon the furnace is doing fun things. The English names for those, again, are the root, the first chakra, the sacral, the second chakra, the solar plexus, the third chakra, the heart, the fourth chakra, the throat, the fifth chakra, the third eye being the sixth chakra, and the crown being the seventh. So the root chakra is associated with the statement I am versus I feel versus I do versus I love versus I speak versus I see versus I understand, in order. All of these will be in order. And then they have elements, each of them too. Root is earth, sacral is water, solar plexus is fire, heart is air, throat is ether, third eye is light, and the crown is thought. Now, I don't think of ether, light, and thought as elements all the time, but apparently for the chakras they are. And they're also associated with senses. So we go smelling, to tasting, to seeing, to touching, to hearing, to thinking, to experiencing. Smelling first, because the nose is the oldest sense. The olfactory nerves, olfactory something, are the oldest sense. And then there's a bunch of other stuff like which parts of the body it's associated with and which big concepts it's associated with, but I'm not going to name all of those. There's also some Sanskrit words I have written down, their original names, and the word you're supposed to meditate on, but I don't know how to pronounce them, so I'm not going to butcher them, and I will save you the trouble of hearing all that as well. But I do love the concept of the chakras. They make so much sense when you pair I am, earth, and smelling together. I feel water and tasting. I do fire and seeing. I love air and touching. I speak ether and hearing. Because speaking and hearing, I mean, that just makes sense. I see light and thinking because I see and seeing are two different things, so they don't go together in the same chakra. Makes so much sense. Seeing, I see, means you're thinking, and I understand with thought means you're experiencing. It's like all these different layers and how they fit together. I love it. So, now that you know about the chakras, that's the noise. Oh my god. That scared me. It's on my other journal. Okay. Now that you know about the chakras, I'm going to tell you about the second stone that I bought. Chevron Amethyst. So this is actually a type of banded quartz and amethyst together, white quartz and regular purple amethyst, to give us this pattern that looks kind of like a chevron in the one bit, but this one's a pretty weak example of chevron amethyst, but I don't know what other type of amethyst it would be because I can see all the quartz in it, you know. So quartz itself is more of an enhancing crystal, and amethyst is a stress reliever overall. So this is a very amplified stress relieving crystal, and it offers strengthening factors as well, and this is much more involved with your 5th, 6th, and 7th chakras, your throat, third eye, and crown. Because, oh, I didn't even tell you one of the most important parts about the chakras. I didn't even tell you. They have colors. Root, red. Sacral, orange. Solar plexus, yellow. Heart, is green. Heart chakra is green and pink. It has 2 colors. It's special. We'll get more on that later. Throat is light blue. Third eye is like a darker blue. And the crown is purple. You could also go with throat is all blue, third eye is purple, crown is white. That is another option. But I prefer the blue, indigo, purple kind of original Roy G. Biv kind of thing. So oftentimes you can look at the color of the crystal and see which chakra it will engage with by looking at what color it is. Okay. So because this one is white and purple, it engages with your crown and your third eye. And there's no blue visible, but it still works with your throat. So you can visualize which chakras you're working with instantly as soon as you learn their colors. I can't believe I didn't tell you that they're in rainbow order. Okay, so the next one I have is a raw sample. This one isn't a palm stone like the other two. This is Skullsite. I don't know. Wait, you totally cannot see that the way that it looks. Okay. I'm going to use my handy dandy doctor light to try and show you these crystals. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Look at that shine. Look at that. I am so impressed by this little sample of Skullsite. It is so weird and so cool. The back is kind of more boring, but I really like his pattern in front. Yeah, Skullsite is in the zeolite family. Now, do I know what that means? No, but I do know that it's in the zeolite family. And this one also works with 5, 6, and 7. It's very white, as you can see. Almost gray in some spots, but very light. And it is used as a meditation tool and for lucid dreaming and for vivid and memorable dreams in general, even if you can't lucid dream. I would say as a meditation tool, it recommended putting it up against your third eye and trying to feel pulsations. I don't think you'll feel pulsations if you put it against your forehead, but I guess, we could always try it. Now, any pulsations I would say I'm feeling would 100% be the placebo effect. There's no way. There's no way that made my head pulsate just now. That did nothing. But it is very nice to look at. It looks like a fossil. The way that it's got like a outward growing. I don't even know what you call that kind of pattern. I'm not brushed up on my mathematical, my geometric terms. So almost a conical shape, I guess. The way it grows like that. Different cones. I don't know. It's beautiful. So next, we have a point. I know I have a point somewhere. Somewhere looming on the horizon. Oh, that's a nice tap. Oh my god. So this is pink amethyst. It doesn't look that pink from here. I know it looks kind of gray, but I promise you, it is in fact the pinkest one they had. All the other pink amethysts looked distinctly purple to me. So apparently what makes pink amethyst pink is a slight hematite inclusion for color, and otherwise it's chemically similar to, structurally similar to a regular amethyst, which is why they just call it pink amethyst. And it's a relatively new crystal. Oh, and I've dropped it. It's a relatively new crystal, appearing only as recently as 2019. They found this in Argentina. So, in a symbolic way, it means the best is yet to come. Like, we don't even know what's out there still. You don't know what's coming in your life. Plenty good things that you just have smelt, neither know how nor hear of. You have absolutely no clue what's coming. But it also just has a feminine essence for being pink, and it's a great comforter. So apparently, amethyst is a spiritual healer, or spiritual, how did they word it? Amethyst works with the spirits either way, whether it's pink or purple. But the purple kind is more in the psychic realm, and the pink kind is more in the healing realm. So this is more about, so this one's all about the upper chakras and like the intuition side and the really esoteric bits of you. Wow. This pink amethyst is a little bit more grounded in your body. It has a tie to the second chakra with your feelings, and it has a tie to the fourth chakra with the heart and love, of course, and its pinkness. And it also has a tie to the sixth chakra because it's still using that spiritual power. So it's interesting that this one is actually all the even numbered chakras all wrapped up together. So it's got kind of this super cool toned vibe that comes from that, at least for me, synesthesia-wise. The even numbers are cool toned and the odd numbers are warm toned, so this one actually makes a lot of sense for me personally. And then we've got Unicite. Unicite, yes. Look at her. She is, I don't know if you can tell in the kind of dim light, she is, to me, when I bought it, I thought it was red and green, but online it says it's pink and green. So I'm actually more apt to believe that it really is pink, and I got it wrong. But I did originally buy it because I thought it was Christmas themed with red and green, so obviously I care a lot about Christmas. So Unicite, what does that say? Oh, pink red. I was already talking about that. The feldspar is what is pink and red, and then there's epidote, probably. Green epidote is the other component. And this one is totally engaged with your fourth chakra, because if it really is pink and green, those are the two colors that define the chakra. So, if you go in rainbow order, green is in the middle of, obviously, yellow and blue, not pink. But pink, yellow, and blue look so good together. Pansexual, anybody? And if you go around the outside of the chakras, from the root all the way to the crown, mixing red with white or purple, you get pink. So when all your chakras are balanced, your heart chakra should be leading, because it's love is the most important thing, or something like that, and it's the balancing chakra anyway. And so the pink from the outside lines up with the heart chakra as well as the green. I don't know if that makes any sense to you the way it makes sense to me, but as soon as I learned that the heart chakra was both green and pink, it all made sense. So this stone is all about harmony, because it's bringing the two opposing energies of pink and green together, because they really are almost opposite colors. And then this is also a lot about dialectics. I don't know if you've ever heard of dialectical behavioral therapy, DBT, but dialectics in terms of DBT are all about two conflicting things being true at the same time. Like, I like myself as I am, but I also want to change. That's an example of, like, the main dialectic. of dialectical behavioral therapy. But there are a lot of things that could be dialectics. If you're non-binary, you're a dialectic between male and female energies. If you're... I can't think of anything else personal like that, but this is great for bringing those kinds of opposing truths together. Oh, I thought of the other main example. Wise mind. So, in terms of DBT, you want to be living in both your emotions, your emotional mind, which would be more the red, and then, or pink, I suppose. And then you also want to use your logic, your natural logic mind, which is more the green, and combine them into wise mind, because without logic, your emotions will overrun you, and without emotions, your logic will freeze you. So, you want to be at the peak balance of those parts of your mind, and apparently this stone can help with that. It also, a website said it's in excellent equilibrium with the ground itself, so that apparently it takes the concept of crystals draining negative energy is supposed to be that they pull the energy out of you and put it back into the ground. But I feel like you have to put it on the ground for that to work, so make sure you do your research on magical rituals before you just start throwing stones around and saying they're doing something for you. So next, I have one that I actually cleaned off a little because it's another raw one. This is a big old chunk of banded smoky quartz, and the best part is the butt looks good. So smoky quartz is quartz with silicon dioxide, toning it black, and it is good for protection and grounding, and it is like the opposite. It brings the opposite of fear. It brings courage. It's not quite anti-anxiety. It's not quite anti-stress. It's anti-fear. So this is all about your root chakra, apparently. It's not red, but I looked it up. It said this one's about your root. Opens you up, grounds you. That's what it does. I'm not sure what the significance of the banding really is in terms of the spiritual side. Like, maybe as a protector, it's about, like, you try to get through its layers and you get stuck in there somewhere. Or for grounding, you could look at it as the layers of the earth. I mean, that's what it is, layers of earth. That's what banding is. So, whoa. Yeah, see, I'm already grounded. So next, I have one that I might have to fiddle with for a little while, because there's a specific side that when I look at it in the light from the right angle, it is super shiny. Okay, I found it. It's definitely this side. This side. So this is a piece of... I'm going to leave my finger on the side that it is. And put all my other fingers on dots. This side. So this is a piece of peach moonstone. And let me just see if I can... That's not the flashing, that's the Christmas lights. So this is a piece of peach moonstone, and it has titanium dioxide inside the feldspar in it that makes it the color that it is, and the flashing that it has. So flashing is when there's like a very external looking layer that's shiny in a different way than the rest of the crystal, and you can only see it at certain angles. So right now I'm staring right at the flashing. I can see it from the angle of my eyes and the way the light is hitting it, but I don't know if I'll be able to get you to see the flashing. I'm going to try my absolute darndest, though, because I really, really want you to know what this Moonstone's all about. I really doubt my abilities to show you the flashing on this, because... you see that glint? Oh, there it is. That's the flashing. Oh my god, I'm obsessed. Okay, so this was one of the more expensive things I bought, because look at all the shaping they did on this bad boy. And he's floating cube, so he can sit on his butt and sit up straight. So Moonstone was sacred to the Romans for the goddess Diana. It's the moon goddess. Moonstone makes sense. And it's supposed to inspire inspiration. No. Inspire inspiration. That's a good one. I should get hate comments for that. Inspire intuition and creativity. That's the word I meant to say. Intuition. Sorry, it is in fact probably past 5 in the morning at this point. I don't know why I had to take out my earbud to think about that, but you know. So in Rome, this would be a symbol of femininity. In India, it's a symbol of luck and happiness to this day. But it's always a very feminine stone, I guess, no matter where you go, because it's kind of pinky, peachy. Again, they always go by color. It's a very prejudiced crystal world out there. There's the flat. Oh, look at that. Okay. It's good for like hormonal issues, women's issues, which is why women's issues, I say. I am a trans man, okay? So I experience women's issues, but they're not really women's issues because I'm not a woman, huh? I just don't have good words to talk about it. Believe me, I understand the concepts, and I could infodump about that if I so chose, but I went with rocks. Next, we have Tourmaline Quartz. Oh wait, I forgot to mention, the peach moonstone is good for the second chakra because it's orange and also pink, but peach, orange, it's the second chakra. It's about your feelings. Okay, anyway, Tourmaline Quartz. Look at this bad boy. He's got quite a butt and quite a back, and something just fell off of him that is very concerning. And this is raw, so I have to be careful. This works with your first and your sixth chakra. It's grounding in your first chakra, and it also works with your third eye. So this is because the two different inclusions of tourmaline in white quartz. So it balances yin and yang, very easily exemplified by black and white, which is also its code for just masculine and feminine energies, or wet and dry, or cold and hot, or dark and light. I mean, it's just yin and yang, it's all the same thing. So tourmaline removes negative energy and quartz just enhances that. So this is a great of your worries. It's a worry sapper. But before you use a stone to remove your negative energy by practicing breath work, I need to establish a firm boundary with you. Viewer, have you ever been told to breathe in positivity from the world around you, hold it, and breathe out all the negativity that you feel? Have you ever been given these directions? You are entitled to financial compensation. No one should ever be breathing out negativity, okay? Why do we want more negativity in the world? Riddle me this. Riddle me this. We don't. We want more positivity outside in the world. So, make yourself useful. Yes. No. Don't be selfish. Do not breathe in the positivity just to breathe out your negativity. What you need to do is base yourself in focused positivity that filters the negativity that comes in from the world and breathes out more positivity. You have to be the source of significant positive change. So, in your breath work, I do not want you breathing in any positivity whatsoever. You are looking for negativity to change into positivity with your insides. You are the in-out machine. In goes the breath, out goes the breath. You are transforming it. Yes? Think about what you do with your actions, with your transformations. Think about what it signifies to the world around you. Do not fall into the Western trap of capitalism. And I'm going to get removed if I talk any more about this. But do not breathe in positivity, whatever you do. That's not what you need to be working on, basically, is what I'm saying. You can be lazy sometimes, but that won't help you in the long run. Next, we have Obsidian. So this is the most common form, actually, of natural glass in the world. It is glass. It's volcanic glass. And this side looks all volcanic. Scary. I have to be really careful handling this one because it is sharp. And it's shrouded in mystery, Obsidian. It's very absorbent. Obviously black is the most absorbent color. And people use it for feng shui, even, not even just for crystal stuff, regular crystal stuff. And it's also for spiritual protection and connection. Look at those glassy lines. I love that pattern. It's beautiful. This is more the 1, 2, 3 chakras. This is fire and earth because it comes from a volcano, right? And it helps you cut toxic ties as well as having intense grounding effects. Personally, I find it hard to achieve these intense grounding effects from this particular crystal because I can't grip it like I can, say, the egg or the amethyst or even the cube. That's the benefit of the shapes, is that you can get your hands all the way around them. With this, I have to be really, really gentle and careful. And that brings us to the big kahuna. What you've all been waiting for. Boom! See if I can carry it over here. No, it's not that heavy. I can hold it up. But it is a big one. And it's got kind of a concave butt. I don't know if you can see that it's kind of hollowed out in the center there, and my hand is curved up into it. It's not flat. Not flat at all. And it's this giant mountain of rose quartz. A little bit flatter on this side, a little bit rounder out here. Obviously, being pink, it is all about love and the fourth chakra and the heart in general. This is a stone that brings intense joy and emotional healing. And it's even about the concept of giving and receiving love. Rose quartz has that two-way energy, giving and receiving love. It's about self-love, it's about love for others, it's about all types of love. It is the love stone. That's why I thought a big mound of it would be good for the house. Because it's like a giant beacon of what we stand for. That's what I was hoping anyway. So I have to go find places for all these crystals now, amongst all my other. Holy shit, I have so many. And there's even one that I didn't even discuss because I can't figure out what it is. I didn't write it down at the store, and I can't figure it out on Google, so I didn't want to have to. Oh, I'll show you anyway. Okay, I'll show you anyway. It's this little elephant. Does anyone know what this crystal is? Because I don't. This little elephant. It looks like some type of calligraphy jasper, but gray. But I look up gray calligraphy jasper and nothing comes up. It also looks kind of like some other types of jasper, but I can't figure it out. So, if anyone knows about this weird little elephant guy, what he might be, that would be great. I've got my team working on it already. He's sleeping on the couch, my cat. So that's pretty adorable. I hope you learned something today. I hope you were not without information that you were hoping for. I hope I said everything you were hoping to learn. I hope I said everything you were hoping to learn. And wow, this is much longer than I expected it to be. I'll be honest about that. I should probably try to sleep a little bit. I'm gonna edit the video. No. I'm not gonna edit the video. I lied. There's nothing to edit because I ended up getting all the footage I wanted by filming downstairs instead of up in the dank little attic. So hopefully you enjoyed this much more engaging background. I might always film downstairs from now on. Or like almost always. Interesting. I really hope you have a wonderful... Oh, there's my poop. I really hope you have a wonderful evening or morning. I guess it's very much morning, and at least when I'm filming.